This is ICSE Computer Application Class 10 100 marks. I am Ganga Devi and this channel is dedicated to those students who want to get very good marks in computer. Even those students who are little weak in computer can score good marks if they follow all the tips and tricks which we are discussing in all the videos. Before starting static and non-static function, I request all of you, those who haven't subscribed till now, please subscribe the channel, and in the end, if you understand and like the concept, don't forget to like the video. So we are going to discuss the static and non-static functions and static and non-static variables. Many students have messaged me to discuss about this topic. So this video is dedicated to those students who want to study and who want to understand the concept of static and non-static. We can start with the keyword static. What is static? Static is a keyword. And keywords are reserved words that have a special meaning to the compiler, and these words cannot be used as the name of a class or the name of a variable. And static can be used with the variable name or the function name. That means we can have a static variable and we can have a static function. So now how to create a static variable? If we declare a variable like int x is equal to 5, this is a non-static variable, otherwise we can say instance variable. And for creating the static variable, write or type the word static before the data type. That means static int x is equal to 5. This will make the variable x static variable, otherwise we can also call this as a class variable. And now the function void check intb, it is a non-static function, and if you write the keyword static before the function name, this will become a static function. Now we can discuss static variable first. Suppose there is a class ABC and we are declaring one variable int a is equal to 10. As soon as you compile the program, the memory space will be allotted to store the value. The memory space are in numbers, it is unique, and we can take the example of this memory space. So A can be stored in any of the memory space. And just consider we are creating one object ABC OB is equal to new ABC. As soon as you create the object, one copy of the variable A will be allotted to object OB. Here we can take ob.ab is equal to 100. We can store any value. And if you create a second object, for this object also one copy of A will be given. And we can store any value on that. And if we are having 5 objects, 5 copies of A will be created. If we are having 100 objects, 100 copies of A will be created. That means for one variable, so many memory spaces will be, otherwise so many copies will be created. That is wastage of memory. We can understand the concept more clearly with this example. Consider the class student. We are having instance variable as string school name, string name, int roll number and int marks. Class is created. Class will encapsulate functions and data types. So when you create an object Anjali, here we are creating the first object, one copy of all the instance variable will be created. For example, school name, name, roll number and marks, and it will be allotted to the object Anjali. She can access it and store any value Anjali.schoolname, Anjali.name, Anjali.roll number and Anjali.marks according to the data type. When you create a second object, second copy is created, third object means third copy and fourth object means fourth copy. That means it is using the memory and memory is wasted for creating all these copies. If 100 objects are there, 100 copies will created. And now see the difference if we are declaring a variable as static. For example, here we have declared school name as static. School name can be common to all the student objects. So here when we create the school name as static, the instance variable will be created separately for each object. That means name, roll number and marks. It can be different for the objects or according to the objects. And now the school name, it is a static variable. this will be created only one time. It will be created only one time in the class, and only one copy of the particular variable will be created. And this can be accessed by the object, but it does not belong to the object. It will belong to the class. So here we can see only one copy of static variable will be created, and it will be shared by all the objects. Even if 100 objects are there, 100 objects can share the school name, which is common, and memory will not be losing in this case. The second thing we have to keep in mind is the instance variable can be accessed through the objects. For example, here we have created the objects Anjali, Aishwarya, Aditya and Sarthak. So these instance variable, for example, name, roll number, marks, they can be accessed and the value can be stored with the help of objects. For example, Anjali.name, Aishwarya.name, Aditya.roll number and Sarthak.marks. So we can store any value according to the data type. But if the variable is declared as static, it is a class variable, it belongs to the class, so it can be accessed only through the class name. For example, in this case, the class name is student, we can access the variable school name through the class name, that is student.school name. We can say student.school name is equal to, and we can give any school name according to the data type. So keep in mind, static variable has nothing to do with the objects. It is just associated with the class. So we can see what are the features of static variable. Static variable are associated with the class and it is not associated with objects. Only one copy of the static variable will be created and it makes the program memory efficient. That means memory can be saved. We can see the difference between static variable and non-static variables. Static variables can be accessed by static members, that means static function, as well as non-static functions, while a non-static variable cannot be accessed by the static function. So if we are declaring a variable static int y, this particular variable can be accessed both by static function and non-static. And when you declare a variable as int x is equal to y, that is non-static variable. This can be accessed only by a non-static function, not by the static function. Second, a static variable acts as a global variable and it is shared among all the objects of the class, and non-static variables are specific to instance object in which they are created. Static variables occupy less space and memory allocations happens only once. And non-static variable may occupy more space and memory allocation may happen at runtime. Static variable is declared by using the static keyword and non-static variable is declared without the static keyword. So these are the difference. I hope you understand the concept of static variable and non-static variable. Now we can discuss static function. Now we can discuss static function. A function can be made the class function or static function by just adding the keyword static before the function. Here, see the example. One class name is here, class square, and two functions are there. Void area, which is non-static function, and void perimeter, which is a static function. We have made it static by adding the keyword static in front of the function. And now see the main program. In main program, how can we call the functions? If it is a non-static function, for example, void area, we have to create the object for accessing the function. Square OB is equal to new square. Then we can say ob.area as we have already learned. But if it is a static function, no need of object name. We can just say class name dot function name, otherwise just the function name. So for example, square dot perimeter, otherwise we can just say perimeter. A static function cannot access a non-static function without creating the object. That is why we are creating the object to call the non-static function. And now talking about the main program. Main program is the first function which is accessed by the compiler as soon as you compile the program. And JVM or Java Virtual Machine will not create an object to access the main program. That is why main is static. If the function is static, there is no need for an object to call the function. and static function belong to class. It will not belong to any of the objects. One more feature of static function we can see. A static function will not be able to access a non-static variable. Take this example. The class is created and two variables are created. INDX is non-static and INDA is a static variable. And now if you want to access the variable in the main program is a static function, public static void main. We will not be able to access x because it is a non-static variable. The error message will come if you try to compile. A static function will not be able to access the non-static variable. So now if you want to use the variable x, how can we use? The solution is we have to create a function which is non-static. For example, void xyz. Through this we can access the variable x, which is also non-static, and then in the main program create an object of the class and through the object access the function. So in turn the variable also can be accessed. The features of static functions are: static function can be accessed directly without any object of the class, and static function can access only static data. It cannot access instance data or instance variable. A static method can call other static function. It cannot call a non-static function. And a static function can access non-static function through an object only. We have seen the example. A static method cannot use this and super keywords. So these are the features of static function. Difference between static and non-static function. A static function or static member can be called without the reference or object of the class. We have seen the example. If it is a static function, there is no need of creating an object. We can just call it by name or with the help of the class name. No need of objects. And if it is a non-static function, it has to be called with the help of an object. And static member function can call other static methods. And a non-static function can call static as well as non-static functions. And a static function can access static data only, and a non-static function can access both static and non-static data. We can discuss about local variable also. Local variables are declared in methods, that means in functions, constructors and blocks. Local variables are created when the block is ended, that means when the block is opened, and variables will be destroyed once it exits the method. That means as soon as you close the function, as soon as the program compiling stops, the local method will be destroyed. Access modifiers cannot be used for local variables. All the access modifiers, public, private, protect, we cannot use it for the local variables. And local variables are visible only within the declared method, constructor or block, and there is no default value for local variables. So local variable should be declared and an initial value should be assigned before the first use. This we can see in example. To make it clear, one example program is given here. Class name is function st. Here we are having three or four variables. INDX, it is a instance variable. Otherwise, we can say it is a non-static variable. Static INDA, it is a class variable or static variable. And in the function, we have declared one variable INDY, which is a local variable. And in the main program, also one variable is declared, which is again a local variable. Local variable means those variables which are declared inside a block. It can be the main function, it can be a function. And the arguments, for example, if we are saying void xyz INDA, that also will be considered as a local variable. It can be given as an argument variable, otherwise the argument variable will be considered as a local variable. So now we can see the difference between the local variable, class variable and instance variable. If you try to print in the main function, you can see here we have created an object of the class and we are calling the function ob.xyz. So first we can discuss this function and then the last statement. In the function, here we are trying to print the value of variable x, a and y. None of them is initialized. So when you try to print, the value of the x will be given as 0 because default value of int is 0. And value of a is also 0 because again default value of int is 0. But when you try to print y is a local variable. In local variable, default values will not be assigned. We have to initialize the variable before printing. So if you try to print the local variable without giving a value, it will show the error. And same in the main program. Here if you try to print the value of a, it is a static variable we can access through the static function. Main is a static function. A can be accessed but it will not be able to access x. So if you try to print the value of a, 0 will be coming the default value. But if you try to print the value of c, error will come because c is not initialized and for local variable default values are not given. And now see this example. Here we have given the initialized the local variables int y is equal to 0 and int c is equal to 5. So when you try to print now, no mistakes will be coming because default values will be given to instance and class variable. It will be printed and local variable is initialized, so 0 will be coming here and in this case 5 will be coming. So that is the difference between local variable and class variable and instance. Local variable will only belong to the particular block where it is declared. It cannot be accessed outside. Same here, C will be used only in the main program. No function can use it. And Y, the function xyz can use it. And if you want to use Y, we have to call the function and function will be able to use the or access the local variable. Outside the block, the local variable is not available. With this, we come to an end of this video. I hope you have understood all the topics which we have discussed, particularly static and non-static variables and functions. So if you understood the concept and if you like the video, please don't forget to press the like button and please subscribe it so that I will be encouraged to create more videos like this which will help you to get good marks in board exam. Thank you all and see you in the next video.